Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. So for today's video, I'm kind of intrigued by this new collection, but we have the brand new Nomad Air Collection. This was gifted to me in PR. This is going to include a face palette, a facial spray, a moisturizer, and a lip balm. So you guys want to see what this entire collection is all about. Is it worth it? And what my thoughts are? Well, then definitely keep watching. Alrighty guys, so welcome back to another episode of Vlogoween. I will never get old saying that. It's so funny. I actually had a subscriber recently tell me that their husband knew they were watching me because their husband starts saying Vlogoween the same way that I do, and I just found that to be so hilarious. I know people walk around and say it. Whenever I play Fortnite with James always says it. It's always such a fun time when people say Vlogoween. Even my mom says it. But I just love doing Vlogoween. It's a lot of fun. So for today's video, I was sent the brand new Nomad Air Collection. Now this actually does launch on Tuesday, October 17th. Don't know the time frame that's launching because I don't see any time frame, but it is launching this coming up Tuesday, October 17th. You guys can use my code Allie, which will save you guys 10% off this collection. But this is going to include a facial spray, a moisturizer, a lip balm, and an eyeshadow palette. So we're gonna go ahead and dive straight on in. So first off, we do have this really cute travel bag. I'm not gonna lie, I think this little travel tote is super adorable. The first time I saw this, I was like, oh my god, I really do like this because it does kind of make it really easy to travel with. So I believe the travel tote does cost $20 and you guys can purchase it separately, and it's not limited edition according to what I'm seeing online. But it even has these cute little airplanes. Come on, that is super adorable. Then when you open it up, you are gonna have the little Nomad products in here. So as you guys can see, we do have the facial spray, the moisturizer, lip balm, and then we do have the little eyeshadow palette right here. It also comes with this really cute airline ticket, which I think is the most adorable, with all the information on the back. So let me go ahead and dive right in and tell you guys all about this. So up first, we do have the Nomad Cosmetics. This is the face cream right here. Now this actually does retail for $49. It is not limited edition. It does come in an extra large size of 100 millimeters, and it's a clean formula with no parabens, phthalates, or mineral oil. There's no added fragrance or dyes. This is a PETA certified cruelty-free and vegan product, and it's an aircraft-inspired aluminum packaging that is 100% plastic-free and reusable. And it says that the face cream is a weightless hydration cream that blends replenishing shea butter and jojoba oil with moisture-locking sodium hyaluronic and dithylamicone to hydrate and nourish. Now I'm not gonna lie, this cute little container bin is a lot of fun for my nails because I do love an ASMR moment. This is a pretty big face cream. So I did actually put this on. There is no fragrance to this whatsoever. And at first I wasn't really sure how I'd feel about this, but I will say the texture is really nice. It has a nice creamy thick texture, and I did put this all over my face, and the way that it just kind of blends out, I'm just going to use it as a hand cream right now. The way that it just kind of blends out is super soft. It does feel very lightweight, and I'm sure it's going to be hydrating. My only thing is I'm very particular about facial creams because I do have very oily skin, so I do try to cater to my oily skin. So I don't really know how well this product's gonna hold up on my skin throughout the day. I feel like this is one of those facial creams that I will only use at night, just because if it is extra hydrating, extra moisturizing, I do like to kind of balance that out with a lot of mattifying products. So I would like to use this at night where I can really lock in that moisture overnight. But so far I do like it. My face feels really soft, very smooth. So I'm gonna keep testing this product out to see if it's actually worth it. It's a little steep, it's $49, but I do think it's a really cute little packaging, and I'm curious to see how well I'm gonna like this over time, especially when I put makeup on top of it, because I have not tried putting makeup on top of it yet, but I am very curious about this. And I do like how it is a little a little reusable bin right here. It's kind of nice. Although I don't really know what I would put in this. So next we do have the little Lip Salve right here. Now this is in a 30 millimeters. It does retail for $12, and it says that this is a multi-purpose healing balm that blends conditioning rosehip, cottonseed, and jojoba seed oils with soothing sea berry fruit and camellia flower extracts to smooth and protect. It does come in the same packaging as a face cream, and I'm not gonna lie, it is a really nice balm, but there is one thing. You can smell the roses in here, and I personally do not like the smell of roses. I don't know, I've never been a big fan of it. It just kind of reminds me of fake rose smells, because I don't remember roses ever really smelling like this growing up, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the smell, but I did put it on the lips. I'm gonna put it on the lips again just so I can show you. Oh, it does have a little bit of rose taste. It's very nourishing. It is very, very nourishing. It does feel really, really nice on the lips. This is the type of product that I honestly won't keep in my bag, but I keep this at my nightstand. I do put lip balms on my lips before I go to bed. So this is something I probably see myself doing, is putting this on before bed. Like I said, it does have that little bit of a rose smell to it. So if you're not a big fan of rose smells, you might not like this. I'm not a fan of the rose smell. I think it's a little bit too much for me. I personally would have enjoyed it if it didn't have a scent to it, in my opinion, or like a minty scent or something. But it is very smoothing on the lips. It does feel very hydrating, and I could just see myself using this at night. Next, we do have the Nomad Cosmetics. This is the Refreshing Face Mist. It does come in a 100 milliliter bottle as well. It does retail for $22, and again, it's going to have that same exact packaging as everything else in the collection, which I do think is really cute. And it says that this is a light, refreshing face mist that blends antioxidant-rich rosemary water and moisture-attracting sodium PCA to refresh and vitalize. Now, I do like the little mister on it. It's pretty strong. The scent is very, very, very light, which I really do appreciate. But honestly, I don't really know what I would use this for. I don't really use facial mist just to replenish my face or like rehydrate the face. I really don't. I use a setting spray. Now, I get this is something that you can use when traveling throughout the airport if you just kind of like want to refresh your face. But like for me, I don't know. I'm just not one of those people that just refreshes my face. I just genuinely am not. So for me personally, this is an item that I would skip out on if buying anything from this collection, just because I know I'm not going to really get a use out of this because I don't really know what it's for besides it being a refreshing mist. That's all it says it does. I don't really have a purpose for this for me, but it does smell nice. I don't really see the use of it. Then last but not least, we do have the Travel Eyeshadow Palette. And this is a 6-pan palette that does retail for $22. It is going to be a neutral palette. You're going to have 3 matte shades and 3 shimmer shades. And it says that this is a travel size eyeshadow palette with 6 rich shades curated to create versatile looks from subtle to bold. 3 mattes and 3 shimmers. Extra slim portable case with a mirror, perfect for travel. Now, me personally, this is a very boring palette in my opinion, just because I love color. I do like neutrals, but I don't really know how often I would dig into this palette versus other palettes. I love Nomad's formula. I love their beautiful, colorful palettes. I mean, it is kind of nice to see them do something neutral, but like I don't get excited over it personally, just because I prefer color. But we are going to zoom in. We're going to play this palette so you can see how well I actually like it. Now, what I really do like is that it says on the back of this card, our new Nomad Air Beauty Care Essentials are here with the 4-piece collection specifically designed to hydrate through any and all travel. Based on extensive research to counter the effects of frequent travel, we created the Nomad Air products, blending the best of what nature has to offer with science-backed innovative ingredients for clean, cruelty-free, and vegan formulas. With these products, you get absolutely no dye or added fragrances, no parabens, phthalates, or mineral oil, just awesome hydration. The Nomad Air products come in aircraft-inspired aluminum packaging that is plastic-free, plus with the 4 full-piece collection, you get a smartly designed travel tote that is perfect companion for any Nomad Air frequent flyer. And with this launch, we are so proud to support the Sustainable Travel International, provide carbon offsets with every purchase, which I really do love about Nomad. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a frequent traveler, so I don't really know how often this would come in handy for me, because I also just I hate flying. So I don't really know how often I'll get a use out of it. But I will say I really do like the concept of it, and I do like this really cute travel bag right here. So let me go ahead and zoom you guys in. We're gonna play with this palette, and then I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on the new Nomad Air Collection. Alrighty, so we're gonna start off with the shade called Let's Take Off. We're gonna put that in our crease area. But I recently just started to become somewhat of a traveler. I'm by all means not a frequent traveler. I know Nomad is, because they travel all the time. So they do these amazing palettes that are featured from all over the world, and they travel there to the destination, which I think is just true goals. But I also still have to kind of get over my aversion to flying. Now, I don't mind flying as much as I did, but I still always have this fear in my head about flying. And the reason is not it falling out of the sky and we plunging straight to our death. It's actually more has to do with turbulence, because the very first time that I flew on a plane in 2018, I believe it's 2018, when we went to Maine for the first time, it was a very traumatic experience. Okay, because my parents used to fly me all the time as a little girl to West Virginia. And when we used to go to West Virginia at that time, they didn't have like they didn't have a big airport. So a lot of things were just like going from a big airplane to like Charlotte, North Carolina, and then like getting on a small little pedal jumper. That was my experience. My parents had always hated planes as a kid. Well, as I got older, I was always terrified to fly until we went to Bangor, Maine, because my best friend was getting engaged at the time. So they wanted, her fiance wanted us out there. So we flew out to Bangor, Maine, and we were on a big plane at first before we had to go to get on a little small plane. So we flew into Philadelphia. Now, let me tell you, the first time I got into an airplane, I was visibly upset. Like, visibly upset. I will put the clip in. You could see that I was scared. I was absolutely terrified to get on this damn plane because it was just been a huge fear of mine. I've had nightmares about being on a plane, everything, because I hate that stomach dropping sensation. And people say whenever you experience turbulence, you get that stomach dropping sensation. So we got on this plane, and of course I cry at takeoff because I was like, oh my God, we're actually doing this, and I am absolutely petrified. But like once we get up like into the air, I'm fine. Like everything is fine. And I was like, wow, this is actually really, really nice. It's a really beautiful experience. Like I get to be above the clouds, see how beautiful the sky is, be able to look down and like see the world for like what it is. I thought that was really pretty. Now, I'm telling you that because I have to tell you this next part. I'm going to go into the shade called Up, Up, and Away. It reminds me of that Disney movie. Do you guys remember that Disney movie back in the day with that kid superhero called Up, Up, and Away? I also have like a fear of throwing up, okay? It's a big thing of mine. Hate people throwing up. I can't be around it. I could see it. I could even smell it, but the noise. I cannot do the noise. I've hated throwing up my entire life. I'll do anything and everything possible to not throw up in my own life, but then let alone to be around it. So working at Disney's had its challenges for me. So we're on this airplane ride. I told you that to tell you this next part. And as we're flying into Philadelphia, we're going to go through a really bad storm. And it's like a rainstorm because it was a heavy snowstorm in Maine. So we had to go fly into Philadelphia airport, and we're starting to get through like these really dark clouds, and we're starting to make our descent. But then like as we're going through our descent, it is just dropping and dropping and dropping, and then going side to side to side, dropping. And then we had to go back up, and then we started circling the airport for 30 minutes. We could not land because of how bad that storm was at that time. And I'm over here going, oh my gosh, I'm not one to get motion sickness, but even I'm starting to go, I'm not feeling the best because it's nonstop, just dropping. And I'm clutching Corey's hand, and Corey's looking at me going, oh, this is so normal. This happens every time. I'm like, this is what it's like to fly. Like, this is what we're going to be going through. I was like, okay, this is horrible. I don't know if I can handle this. And then the worst thing happens. Corey grabs my hand and says, don't take off your headphones. And I'm like, what? He goes, don't take off your headphones. And I'm like, why? He goes, the kid 2 rows back is projectile vomiting right now. And I'm like, ooh, freaking the fuck out because I don't want to hear them. I go into the shade called Find Your Wings. This is going to make a very easy eye look because I think this is kind of what this palette kind of calls for, something very easy, something you could travel with and be on the go. So I'm clutching my headphones, about to be in tears as we're trying to make this descent through this horrible storm. We finally get on the ground. We have to sprint to our next plane, and our next plane is a small little pedal jumper. So we have to get a small little pedal jumper that's literally like a 2-seater per row, and we get on there. I take some Dramamine because I'm like, I don't know if I can handle this. This has been pretty rough. And we go back up in the air, and now we're flying through that storm into a snowstorm over Maine. And talk about horrible turbulence. They came around and they brought us a Coke because we were an American Eagle. They brought us a Coke, and then we came by with the trash bag and said, everybody throw all your trash away, buckle up, and hold on. And we're like, oh my God, why? And it's just doom, 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 the whole time, just dropping and shaking back and forth. The flight attendants are buckling the whole time, and I'm going, I'm gonna die. This is horrible. I literally told Corey, I was like, we can't fly back. I was having a panic attack. I got to drive back. I cannot do this. I cannot experience this. This is the worst thing. Why would anyone in the world would ever want to be on an airplane? Is beyond me. I could not handle it. Okay. My anxiety was killing me at that time. All I wanted was to get off that damn plane. So we finally land an hour later, and Corey looked at me because he kept saying everything was fine, this is normal. Well, when we land, he said, I have never experienced a plane ride like that in my entire life. We're gonna go into the Follow the Sun. Never experienced a plane ride like that in my entire life. And I said, this is how it's supposed to be? He said, no, it's never like that, ever. So my first plane ride was through a horrible storm, and I got to experience horrible turbulence the entire time. and it was nightmare inducing. So trying to get me back on the plane to fly home from Bangor was a whole other mission because I was very upset. I was too scared. I didn't want to do it, but he got me on, and flying back was easy peasy. It was just smooth sailing the entire time, and Corey's like, this is how it's supposed to be. So ever since that moment, I've always had this fear in my head because of it, and it's always stuck with me. So when I went to LA last year, I was terrified the same situation was going to happen. I got this app called like Tubular or something like that. I'll link it down below for anyone out there who also has a fear of flying like me. And what it does is it literally tells you exactly if there's going to be turbulence on your flight and like what part of your flight to kind of expect it, like how many hours in. And it lets you know if it's going to be mild, severe, and everything like that. And it has been a godsend because when we went to LA last year, I was so scared the same thing was going to happen. But it was very smooth sailing last year. And then when we went to Texas, it was very smooth sailing. So I haven't experienced anything like that since. But it's always in the back of my head of, oh my gosh, it's gonna happen again. So it does freak me out every time I get on an airplane because I get flashbacks of that damn freaking first airplane ride I ever been on. I'm scared that it's gonna end up being like that again. And it doesn't help that I'm on TikTok and I see horrible stories on TikTok about this shit and people sharing their like turbulent stories, and I'm just like, I don't know if I could deal with this. So I don't know if I'll ever be like a frequent flyer because I don't know if my anxiety will ever allow me to, but I did conquer my fear. Just kind of where it's going to be at today because it's just a very, very basic palette. I will say the formula is really nice. Like the matte's laying down really nicely and the shimmers are very soft, very creamy. I'm not having any issues with them whatsoever. I do think it's a really nice formula. Is it a very exciting palette? No. This could be like an everyday palette for a lot of people out there, but for me personally, I just find it kind of boring just because I'm not the biggest fan of the color scheme, but that's me. But I will say the formula is really, really nice. So let me just quickly do the other eye off camera. We're going to come back. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on this collection. Alrighty, so to finish things off, we're going to go back into this palette one more time, and we're going to take the shade called Fly for the Skies, and we're going to very, very lightly go underneath our waterline with this. So I'm just going to take this. Just gonna lightly place this right here and slowly buff it out. I don't want anything too intense, but I do like it because you can do like a neutral eye. You can do like a everyday eye look with this, but you can definitely make this a little bit smoky if you want to, because you could take like these deeper shades and really kind of smoke them out, which I actually do like that. I think we do like a neutral liner today. I like never do neutral liners. I'm gonna see if I like it with like a neutral liner. You know, it's not bad. Not bad. Okay, so let me just throw on some liner. I'm just going to go in with the Glam Light Cookies and Cream liner. I freaking love this liner. It's so creamy and like, so creamy. Glides on beautifully. Reminds me a lot of the Jaclyn Cosmetics Bourbon one. I'm just going to go in with my collab with Ofra. This is the Kaya Liquid Lip. This is what I've been wearing recently in my videos with no lip gloss. A lot of you guys have been asking me what I've been wearing. It's just this. This is all I've been wearing. I absolutely love this, and it stays on all day. It's so pretty. I'm just gonna refresh the face one more time because I really don't know what to do with that. And this is the final look. Alrighty guys, and this is the final look. So I'm just going to quickly go over everything. First, we do have the Nomad Air. This is the travel palette right here. This actually does retail for $22, and I will say it's a pretty palette. Like, it definitely is a pretty palette. I can see this being like a staple in so many people's collection, being like a travel size neutral palette that's really easy to take on the go. It's personally not my favorite just because I'm not the biggest fan of neutral shades, but I will say the formula in here is really, really pretty. I feel like you can only do so much with this palette. Like, you can do like an everyday neutral eye look, or you can kind of smoke it up, but it's not as versatile as I'd like it to be just because you're only limited on what you have. I do like how there's 3 mattes, 3 shimmers. It's a pretty palette, but it's definitely not my favorite, but I do love the formula in this. I will give it that. Then we do have the facial mist right here, and this does retail for $22. I do love the packaging. Personally, I would not get a use out of this because it's just a refreshing spray. It's not meant to like set your makeup or anything like that. Just kind of keep you hydrated and refreshed all day long throughout your travels. I never really would use anything like this. So for me personally, if you're going to skip anything on this launch, I would skip the refreshing spray unless you know you're going to get a use out of it. I know I'm not, so that's why I'm not really excited about it, but it is cute. Next, we have the lip balm right here. Again, I really do love the packaging. It retails for $12, and I will say this is very, very smoothing. It kept my lips nice and hydrated. My lips feel very hydrated right now. They feel super hydrated. I really do enjoy that. This is those type of balms I'm not going to keep on me. I'm going to keep on my nightstand to put on my lips before I go to bed, so they're nice and nourished and hydrated. I'm not the biggest fan of the smell, but I will say when you put it on the lips, you can't really smell it at all, which I do appreciate. You can kind it tasted, but honestly, it's really not that bad. It's just when you smell it up close, you can smell the rose scent. But I will definitely say I would definitely purchase this if I was buying anything from this collection. I do really enjoy this. So this to me is a yes. And then lastly, we do have the moisturizer cream right here. Now this does retail for $49. You get 100 milliliters in here. It's a really decent size for what you're paying for. But I'm really going to have to test this out to see how well I like it. I will say it does have a nice like lightweight. It doesn't have a scent to it. It felt amazing putting the skin. My skin did feel super soft. But I bet you it's one of those facial creams I'll have to put on before I go to bed because like I said, I do get very oily. So during the day, I do like to put on a hydrating matte moisturizer where it keeps your face nice and matte but giving you hydration at the same time. I don't think this is meant for that. I think it's just a nice hydrating facial cream. So for me as an oily person, this might not be my go-to, but I'm definitely gonna have to try it at night. Before I give you guys my final opinion, I like it, but I'll give you guys my final opinion on this at the end of the month. It is nice, but we're gonna have to keep testing this out. And then we do have the little makeup bag right here. Like I said, you guys actually can purchase this separately, but if you guys do buy the entire collection, this bag will be included. I believe the bag does retail for $20. I do think it's nice and cute. You could definitely travel around with this. You can put like your makeup in here, your toiletries in here. Cute little travel size bag. I love the little airplanes on there. I think it's super, super adorable. Okay guys, so this entire collection does retail for $79. That will include the bag, the palette, the facial mist, the moisturizing cream, and the lip balm. I will say I was really skeptic at first about this collection. I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to like it. But now that I've actually sat down and played with it, I will say this is a super cute collection. It is very cute. But do you need it? No. I definitely don't think you need it because for me personally, I'm not a frequent traveler, so I'm not going to be traveling around that much. And if I do travel, I could definitely see myself using this bag, but I won't be really using the facial mist. I keep trying out the moisturizing cream, and I definitely will get a use out of the balm. But like the palette itself for me, it's a cute palette, but it's not one I'm going to go run and grab and like pick up and take on the go. I usually grab my more colorful palettes. So while this is a really, really cute collection, I definitely don't think you need to go run and get it. I definitely think you should pick out items that you really want to try if you do. But if you don't get anything, I don't really think you're missing out too much. And you guys know how much I love Nomad. You guys know how much I love Nomad. But I'm always going to be straight up honest with you guys. It's a super cute collection, but I definitely think it's one that like, if you don't get, that's going to be okay. I don't think you're really missing out too much with it. So Nomad, I love you guys. I think this is a really cute collection, but it's definitely not my favorite, only because I'm not going to be able to get a use out of a lot of these items compared to your other collections. But it is really cute. I do like the concept of it. So that is it for today's video, guys. I'll have all the details about this collection listed down below if you guys do want to pick anything up. Like I said, it does launch on October 17th. You guys can use my code Allie to save you guys 10% off when shopping anything at Nomad. And if you do see anything in this collection that you like, let me know down below. I'm so curious to hear your guys' thoughts. And once again, thank you so much to Nomad for sending this my way. You guys know how much I love and appreciate you guys. So with that said, guys, that is it for today's video, guys. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post every single day for the most part in the month of Vlogoween. And the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful page members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.